Let's jump right in, where we are finally going to untangle the absolute chaos that is other, another, and others. You know the feeling, right? You're mid-sentence, everything's flowing, and suddenly, boom, you freeze. You have absolutely no idea which of these words to use. Well, you are in the right place. We're going to replace all that confusion with some really concrete visual metaphors that will stick in your brain for good.
Here is our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the moving day confusion. Then check out the pizza framework. Meet the three siblings, compare the point versus the wave, run through some everyday expressions, and finally, wrap up with the top 3 common mistakes. Let's get to it!
Section 1. The moving day confusion.
Okay, picture this scene. You're helping your friend Jake move. You're in his old apartment, completely boxed in by like 15 heavy, identical moving boxes. Out of nowhere, Jake yells, "Hey, pass me the other box." Okay, which one? The big one? The one right behind you? You grab the closest one and he goes, "No, the other one." Then, 10 minutes later, he totally changes his tune and says, "We need another box." And for the grand finale, he just vaguely points to a pile on the corner and mutters, "We'll deal with the others later." Absolute chaos, right? It's literally enough to make your head spin just trying to decode what on earth the guy wants.
Listen, if just hearing a story like that gives you a tiny spike of anxiety, take a breath. English is chaos, but you are definitely not alone in this. Even really advanced learners completely freeze up when they hit these intertwined words. It is so normal to accidentally write something like, "I want to travel to another country," right? Bam, 2 mistakes in 3 little words. We have all been there. But we are fixing this right now so you never have to second-guess yourself on moving day or any day ever again.
Section 2. The pizza framework.
To really build a clear mental model here, just imagine a pizza, a freshly baked pizza. You've just eaten 1 slice. Delicious. Now look at the rest. If you want exactly 1 more slice, literally any single slice, that is another. Now imagine there's a really specific slice calling your name. Maybe it's that one right there with the extra cheese. If you point directly at it, that is the other slice. And what about the rest of them? That remaining group of slices just sitting there? Those remaining slices as a group are the others. Boom. All the rules perfectly baked into 1 pizza.
Section 3. Let's meet the 3 siblings.
Let's take those pizza rules and turn them into a family portrait. Think of these 3 words as siblings. This shows exactly how each one works based on how independent they are. So we've got the needy big sister, the independent middle child, and the youngest child who always flies solo.
Let's look at other. This is the needy big sister. As an adjective, she literally cannot go anywhere without a noun to keep her company. It means different or additional, sure, but you always have to say other plans, other ideas, or other people. But here's her secret superpower. If you add the word the right in front of it, it instantly gets the power to target specific remaining items. So without the, saying other students just means different students in general. But with the other students points to a very specific remaining group. Next up, another. This is the independent middle child. And honestly, this word is literally just the words an and other, squeezed together. Because it has an built right in, it is always singular. It flies solo to mean one more or a different one. Like, can I have another cookie? Or let's try another restaurant. But here's a really fun trick. You can actually pair it with numbers in everyday English. It sounds totally natural to say, "Hey, I need another 3 days," or "Give me another 5 minutes." Finally, we have others, the youngest child, the one who runs solo. It's a pronoun, meaning it stands completely alone and entirely replaces the need for a noun.
So the absolutely crucial takeaway here is that others is already the noun. You never put another noun after it. When our buddy Jake pointed at that pile of remaining boxes, he correctly said, "We'll deal with the others later." You can never ever say others boxes. Pick one lane. Say other boxes or just say others.
Section 4. The point versus the wave.
If you're ever stuck between these two, just visualize your hands. The other is a pointed finger. It demands a specific item because you know exactly which one you want. But another? That's an open hand waving casually. It doesn't care which one because literally any additional item will do the trick. Pointed finger for the specific remaining one, open hand for just one more of anything. To apply this perfectly, just look at the math. If you have exactly two things, and you've already mentioned the first one, the remaining one automatically becomes that pointed finger. It's highly specific. So, if a dog has exactly two bowls, one is for water and the other is for food. But if that lucky dog had 5 bowls and one is for water, well, the remaining group becomes plural. The others are for food.
Section 5. Everyday expressions.
You really need these expressions for sounding natural in everyday conversation. Each other and one another are totally interchangeable ways to talk about mutual actions, like two people helping each other. Then there's every other, which is brilliant for alternating schedules. Instead of clumsily saying every 2 days, just confidently say, I go to the gym every other day. Other than simply means except for. Like, other than pizza, I don't really like Italian food. And finally, the other day. It's just a wonderfully vague, relaxed way to say recently or a few days ago without locking yourself into an exact date.
Section 6. The top 3 common mistakes.
Okay, mistake number 1. The double article. This happens when people completely forget where the word came from and say something like, "Can I have another chance?" Remember our independent middle child? Another already has the word "and" built right inside it. Adding an extra "and" in front of it is literally like putting a hat on a hat. It makes no sense. Avoid this clumsy redundancy at all costs. Just say, "Can I have another chance?"
The second trap is mixing up our siblings by sticking a noun right after our solo pronoun. Remember the golden rule for our youngest sibling? Others stands completely alone. Saying others people is like saying them people. It just doesn't work. You have to pick your lane here. Either use the needy big sister and say other people, or use the solo youngest sibling and just say others. Never both.
And finally, mistake number 3. Confusing the other and another when there are exactly two things. Imagine holding a pair of gloves and saying, one glove is black, another is brown. Nope. Since gloves inherently come in pairs, there are 0 extra options for the second one. That remaining one must specifically be the other, definitely not another.
All right, before we wrap up this explainer, let's put your new skills to the test with a quick, real-world scenario. Let's see if this is clicked. You have exactly 3 jackets. One is blue and one is red. How do you describe the third one? Are you going to say another jacket is green or the other jacket is green?
The answer is the other jacket is green. Why? Because you already mentioned 2 out of your 3 total jackets. So there is exactly 1 specific jacket remaining. And because it's this specific remaining one, you use your pointed finger. It is definitively the other.
So you've mastered the pizza, the siblings, and the pointed finger? Amazing! But this kind of raises a bigger question, right? If English has rules this strict for just 3 little words, what other invisible grammar traps are you falling into every single day without even realizing it? Keep questioning the chaos, everyone.
Thanks so much for joining this explainer, and we will catch you next time.